No, we haven't. But as soon as we will finish it, the whole Isopanisad will finish. I mean, it's been a journey because we've been doing it, even though they are just 18 mantras, but we've been doing it that for long time. That's, I think we have gone live, so that's the reason it showed up. Let's share the presentation. Hare Krishna. Now, welcome everyone in today's session on Shri Ishopanishad Mantra 18, and I think today is the part 3. So we have done a couple of sessions at least, and even though we had a break in between because of the holidays, and some of the devotees are still on holidays. Somebody, I think, a couple of weeks back mentioned that do both in English and Hindi, because I remember I used to write in the title English and Hindi, but recently I didn't. But I forgot, I never went back because I don't use Facebook that much. Not Facebook, on YouTube, I think comments. So whoever commented, I will go back and check because you said both English and Hindi. I think mostly it's in English, but we tend to do Hindi as well if devotees join. So some of our great uh, devotees are there. When they join, I tend to always include Hindi. But thank you so much for reminding. I think it's always good for everyone to get contributed. हरे कृष्ण। तो सभी भक्तों का स्वागत है। हम श्री ईशोपनिषद कर रहे हैं। श्री ईशोपनिषद के सेशंस मंत्रा 18 जो कि लास्ट मंत्रा है, हम उस पर है। एंड मंत्रा 18 जिस्ट है, एसेंस है पूरे ईशोपनिषद का, किस तरीके से हम भगवान की आराधना करते हैं, भगवान से प्रार्थना करते हैं। और हम मंगलाचरण करेंगे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। मंगलाचरण के बाद हम सेशंस अपना रिज्यूम करते हैं। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथवितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सवादूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखावितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Srila Gurudev Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. In today's session on Mantra 18, and this is the invocation mantra which Srila Prabhupada ji started, and this is another mantra which reminds us the whole essence of the Vedic culture, which is Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Vishishyate. That Krishna is Purn, and because we have emanated from Krishna, we are Purn as well in quality, which is a Sat, Chit, Ananda. Hence, our our happiness is independent of any external circumstances, achievements, and I'm contemplating on it because recently I was chatting with with a friend of mine who is from Oman. I spent some time in Muscat, and a native Omani guy who follows who has been following Islam since his childhood. And while I was there, we reached to the agreement that at the end of the day, we used to read. So we were working together. We used to sat together, and at the end of the shift, we used to read both Quran and Bhagavad Gita, so one verse each. And we had a very healthy discussion. And I presume, based on that foundation, even though it's been roughly 8, 9 years since I've left Muscat, we are still in touch and we are still good friends. And only recently we got in touch for some reason. Whenever he gets something, he sends me for the clarification. For because of course he's not Hindu, so anything he hears about Hinduism in the news or anywhere, he will send it to me, and I will just try to explain from my understanding, even though I'm not very active on the news. But in general, I just said to him a couple of days back that how is life? And he said, life is just going on. And I said, why don't you start living the life rather than just letting the life go on? And he asked that how I should start living the life. And this was very impromptu. And this is somebody who is not from our culture, not from the religion, not from the congregation. And whatever I could think of, I said to him. But I actually said these words, which comes from the mantra that which I used just now to explain it. That why don't you get yourself engaged in certain activities which will help you to realize the purpose of your life, which will help you to purify your consciousness. And then he said, why? And I said, so you were able to purify your consciousness to reach to the level where you can realize Satchitananda. I didn't say Satchitananda, but I said the eternal conscious bliss, which will be independent of any external achievements, of course, because we used to work together. And he replied back, of course, this is not happening in one go. This is happening as and when. So maybe 2 days back, I will see his message, and then I will go away, or maybe a couple of hours, I will see his message, and he will reply whenever he gets time. And then I forgot all about it. And the next time when I saw the message, he just said beautiful words. And then I thought, oh, I actually went back and read my own words. And then I thought, wow, this is what Srila Prabhupada ji has given. Hare Krishna. Mataji, please.
Yes, just a question about Quran. Is there any similarity in the concept of believing in Supreme between Quran and our religion?
They are
Quran say
just
anything about the supremacy and how we have to achieve that?
How we can achieve that? Yes,
Supreme. So like we are going on this path, the spiritual path, the bhakti path, by which we can reach the supreme. So,
yes.
is there anything like that in Quran? Because I don't know nothing about Quran.
It is Mataji. It's a part of it, if I will say, and I'm not qualified enough to comment on it. Anyone who is listening out there, but part of is what I read with a friend of mine, who of course comes from that culture. Part of
Mm,
it is beautiful. Other which I won't able to appreciate, and I will say because I don't understand it. But what I could understand, it's beautiful. It The similarities will be that, like if you say it doesn't happen here, but of course in India it happens, in Muslim countries, in Middle East it happens everywhere. The azan, they call it, in the morning from the mosque, and it's
mm,
Allahu Akbar. So the meaning is, Allah is great. Right? So we will say Krishna is great, they will say Allah is great. So
mm,
that's one similarities. But then the qualities of Allah, very limited. But what they will say, the Allah has the love of, I think, 22 mothers. And this is just a poetic way of describing that Allah loves us so much.
mm.
The Almighty loves us so much. And the Lord is impartial. So this is another thing Bhagavad Gita will also say, that Lord is impartial. Another example which comes, and I think it's a beautiful example, that this is not directly in Quran, but then based on Quran we have hadith. So like we have the shlokas, and Srila Prabhupada ji being the Acharya explained it. Similarly in Quran are the verses, and then somebody explained it, and then we have the Upanishad and the Puranas, stories based on that to explain something even further. So
Mm.
hadiths are there, and some examples are given.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong, but I think it's in Hadith. But the example is that there are two people. So remember, they have even if all what we call Abraham religions, which is Moses came first, and then well, which is Jews, they follow Moses, and then Christianity, Jesus Christ, and then Prophet came, the last Muhammad prophet, and they call it peace be upon him, for the respect, and then Islam. So all these three religion, they come from Abraham. They all believe in one judgment day. Now one day will come, and then it's judgment day, and everything will finish. Now Vedic culture believes in the cycle, that Satyuk will come, then the Treta is there, the Dwapar is there, the Kalyug is there, then the Kalyug will finish, and the Satyug will start again.
Mm,
That's a cycle we have it. And the same thing, that we are born, the soul will leave, the body will get another, the soul will get another body, and the cycle will go until we break that cycle. They don't have that. They have the judgment day. But what happens on judgment day, and this kind of explains how we should live our life. If there are two people, so what happens if you I don't know if you have ever noticed, in especially living in London or in UK, you might have some the graves, they have the length based on how tall somebody is, the grave, but they have the depth of the grave. And the depth of the grave is so much that the person will able to sit, not stand, but able to sit in the grave.
mm,
The idea is that on the judgment day, the angels will come, and everybody, all the dead bodies, they will sit in the, and of course there are different versions, but I think this is the commonly accepted version, that everybody will sit in the grave, and then the judgment will happen. Judgment will happen on the basis of the karmas they have done it. So the law of karma, we have it, they have the similar law of karma. Of course, being explained in a different ways. For example, we will say we should not be, well, even though not many, even Hindus or Brahmins follow that, but we will say we should be vegetarian. But they will believe that everything in the creation has been created for the sense gratification of the humans. So humans can enjoy everything. except pig, of course, because pig lives in dirty place. Pig lives in a dirty place and eat dirty things, live dirty, so we should not eat pig. That's what they believe. And the cleanliness, so this itself explains that they believe in the cleanliness a lot. And Srila Prabhupada and many other acharyas and many other Vedic culture acharyas, they have said it that cleanliness is godliness.
mm,
Like if you want to clean our body. So we were discussing, I was reading Canto 3 Bhagavatam with kids because they are off. And there is a bit of description about the creation. We call it Sarga, Visarga, direct creation and the secondary creation. And then it explains that how in our body all different senses, they have demigods working for them. So if Indra is not there, then we will not able to see. So Indra is making us to see. There is another demigod, Devi or Devta, for the ears, for the nose. They are making this body. This is there in the Canto 3 of Srimad Bhagavatam. So of course, when Muslim, they do prayers and they do prayers 5 times or supposed to be, then they clean themselves. And I've seen even in the office in Middle East, and Ajay Prabhuji was there in Middle East as well. When they clean themselves for the prayers, they clean themselves very thoroughly, which is another thing which we do it as well. So cleanliness is godliness. But the grave example, if I maybe just last bit on that, that the example comes that they have two people, one who is rich, one who is poor, and they both are there, they're next to each other, and the angel will come. Angel will ask more questions from the rich person rather than the poor person. Why? Because the poor person didn't have enough money to do good karma. But the rich person had the money to do good karma, to spend that in the social work, whether we call karma kand or we call karma yoga or nishkam karma yoga or the charity or for the devotion, whatever, but for good deeds. And sometimes it's a kind of saying, it could be very cultural, but this friend of mine told that a lot of people they will say uh, that like Allah, if you give us money, then give us the wisdom how to use it.
mm,
Right? So when the mothers will bless their children, they will say, so a lot of children, lot of even in Hinduism, a lot of parents because we touch the feet, we get the blessings, and the blessings will be khush raho, right? Be successful, or most of the time be happy. This is one of the very standard one, khush raho, be happy. But if they will say be successful or earn a lot of money, then all may the Lord also give you the wisdom to utilize that money. Otherwise, in the grave, the angel will ask you, and this will go against you. This is
mm,
it's like if you don't have the money, you have the excuse that I couldn't spend it on the religion or any good karma. Or if I had it, I also got the responsibility that I should have used it wisely. So these things they kind of teach you how to yes. Maybe another one, and this is a very personal and direct experience with me. We were there and we were going in one of the socials, like a sports. We were going, office organized it. I didn't have a car there. So I asked a colleague who was going, yeah, and he's a good friend, and I know he's going there and he will be happy if we will go together. But when we were in the car, I said to him that thank you, you gave me you gave me the lift in general. And he said, well, no, if I have the car and you asked me for the lift, I have to drop you there, even if I'm not going there. I said, what do you
mm,
mean have to do? He said, otherwise I'm doing wrong to Allah. I said, what do you mean? And he said, if Allah has given me the resource, and if somebody is in the need. I need, it's my responsibility. It's like this, that even if I hadn't gone asking him for the lift, and if he found out that I need the lift, then he should have come to me. If he wouldn't, then that's bad of him. And
Yes.
this was not isolated example. There were, so this is the beauty that the religion teaches. And this colleague of mine was only 23 years old. So he was very young. And another example I will say, if he told me that if because he knew I'm from London and the London culture, the way everything is open regarding the living together kind of relationship, he asked me that, does it really happen? I said, yeah, people don't have to marry. If they like each other, they live together. It's normal. If somebody want to do it, nobody in the society is going to raise a eyebrow. Of course, different cultures are different, but yeah, anybody could do that. And he said, if I like a girl, then I will have to go. First of all, I have to reach to the level, and then I will have to go and meet the girl's father. And then I said, are you saying that you don't meet before marriage, before engagement? Do you go on dates and all? He said, no, no, nothing. And I can think of this time, this mentality ages ago in India as well, right? Like when the parents say, oh, well, we didn't see each other, our parents got us fixed. But now, if you see in India, it's more or less as Western and as in London. There's hardly anything which you will see in London which you cannot imagine in Delhi, for example. Delhi, Mumbai, almost everything, and especially the bad things, they usually attract quicker. So thanks for raising that, Mataji. There are a lot of good qualities, a lot of similarities in that respect. That the Lord is there. We should. The focus is that we should always think of Lord. Like we say, Srila Prabhupada said it, that we should always keep Krishna in the center.
Mm.
And that's the reason I was actually listening. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, Radha Ashtami, and no, sorry, the lecture was on Radha Ashtami from Amog Leela Prabhuji, and he explained that Srila Prabhupada was in the Vrindavan and somebody said Radhe Radhe. And Srila Prabhupada replied back, Hare Krishna. And the person said, well, you are in Vrindavan. Say Radhe Radhe Acharya Swamiji. And then Srila Prabhupada explained that when we say Radhe Radhe, Krishna likes it. So the guy said, should we to say Krishna Krishna? So Radhaji will like it. And then he said, oh, we say Hare Krishna. Hare is for Radhaji and Krishna. So we remember both of them together in union, and both of them like each other, and we are in service of both, and that's why we say Hare Krishna. And the gentleman said, that's very nice. Yeah, we should always say Radhe Hare Krishna. And this is what Amol Leela Prabhuji was explaining in his lecture, in his recent lecture on Radha Ashtami. So why we say Hare Krishna? But again, the reason the children, they have the name of either demigod or on the name of the Lord was the same reason. The story from Bhagavatam on Ajamil, that Ajamil called his son Narayan, and then Narayan Dut came rather than, well, Yamdut also came, but the Narayan Dut didn't let Yamdut to take him. They follow, especially in Middle East, I've seen they follow this very, very religiously. Almost everything they say, for example, Inshallah, you know, Krishna willing. We say Krishna willing, but they use it every time, every time. Even when they greet each other, is the name of the Allah. And this is like normal greeting. Of course, if you meet a Hare Krishna devotee, you will say Hare Krishna, but you're out there, you might say good morning, hello, or anything else. But there in Middle East, or as you might know, any Muslim, the way they greet each other is taking the name of the Lord. So remembering the Lord, keeping the Lord in the center, purifying yourself, and helping others, keeping yourself clean, good karma. So at the end of the life, whatever, of course, there is a difference that we believe in reincarnation, they don't. But whenever this life will end, then the karmas, results of the karmas will come back. So in that respect, there is a great similarities for sure. All right.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you for raising that, Mataji. So on in Shri Ishopanishad, this is what we have done. Ishavasyam principle, and then Guru Sadhu Shastra, the way we understand. Then right and wrong Vidya, the understanding, and the Ishwar. Hare Krishna. And हरे कृष्ण, जो भक्त अभी जुड़े हैं उनका भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। अभी मैंने नोटिस किया हमारे साथ में कान्हा है, भगवती माता जी हैं, हमारे साथ में अविनाश प्रभु जी भी हैं। हरे कृष्ण। अविनाश प्रभु जी अभी भी मिडिल ईस्ट के अंदर हैं और बहुत सालों से हैं, तो उनका एक्सपीरियंस और ज़्यादा है वहाँ पे। अगेन गुड और बैड, बट जो हम श्री ईशोपनिषद में देख रहे हैं, ईशावास्यम प्रिंसिपल को अगर हम गुरु साधु शास्त्र के पर्सपेक्टिव से समझ पाए, सीख पाए, हमें हमेशा वाणी से सेवा करनी चाहिए गुरु की। गुरु जो कहते हैं वो हमें सुनना चाहिए। तो जब हम गुरु की सुनते हैं रेगुलर और उसको पालन करने की कोशिश करते हैं, तो वो गुरु की सेवा है, गुरु की वाणी सेवा है। वापु सेवा जो हम शरीर से करते हैं, वाणी सेवा जो हम गुरु की शिक्षा को सुनते हैं। जब हम गुरु की शिक्षा को सुनते हैं, राइट एंड रॉन्ग विद्या हमें अंडरस्टैंडिंग आती है, फिर हम सही से पूजा कर पाते हैं। और फिर हम कह सकते हैं कि कर्म ही पूजा है। कर्म ही नहीं, कोई भी काम अगर हम करेंगे उसमें अगर हम भगवान की बात करेंगे, ईश्वर की बात करेंगे, तो वो हमारे लिए पूजा होगी। प्रेयर टू ईश्वर टू रिवील हिमसेल्फ, यहाँ पे हम ये बता रहे हैं कि भगवान को समझने के लिए हमें भगवान की ही इच्छा चाहिए, हम अपनी तरफ से कुछ नहीं कह सकते। भगवद गीता 2.20 हमने देखा, न हन्य ते हन्य माने शरीर। मात्रा 18 हमने देखा, जिसके अंदर हम भगवान से ये प्रार्थना कर रहे हैं कि भगवान जो भी मैंने किया है अंतकाल में वो मेरे सामने आएगा, प्लीज भगवान आप ध्यान रखिएगा मेरा। एंड अ लॉट ऑफ डिवोटीज इन चैतन्य चरितमृत, हरिदास ठाकुर जी हु इज अवर नाम आचार्य, गौड़िया संप्रदाय के अंदर हरिदास ठाकुर जी को हम नाम आचार्य मानते हैं, क्योंकि वो सबसे ज्यादा नाम लेते थे, बहुत शुद्ध नाम लेते थे। और अभी हम दूसरे रिलीजन की बात कर रहे थे, वो उसी रिलीजन से थे, इस्लाम से थे। और उन्होंने प्रभुपाद जी को, सॉरी, चैतन्य महाप्रभु जी को अपना गुरु माना था। और उनको नाम का बहुत रस था। हमने बात करी थी कि इसी वजह से काजी ने उनको मार्केट प्लेस में ले जाके पीटने का, पहले कोड़े मारते थे तो कोड़े मारने का उनको सजा दी थी। तो काफी सोल्जर्स उनको अलग अलग मार्केट में ले जाके कोड़े मारते थे। अंत में एंड में मारा था। तो उस टाइम पर चैतन्य महाप्रभु जी आए थे, क्योंकि हरिदास ठाकुर जी ने भी यही प्रार्थना करी थी कि प्रभु, पहले तो ये जो लोग मेरे को मार रहे हैं ये बुरा कर्म है, इनको इस कर्म का फल ना मिले, क्योंकि ये अपनी इच्छा से नहीं कर रहे, ये किसी के कहने से कर रहे हैं। लेकिन प्रभु, मैं ये जो भी कर पाया हूँ अपने जीवन में, जो कि जैसे हमने कहा वो नाम आचार्य हैं, तो सबसे ज्यादा भगवान के नाम उन्होंने ही लिए इस टाइम पर। और वो सभी आप याद कर पाए, अगर प्रभु आप मेरे सामने अंतकाल में आए प्लीज। और चैतन्य महाप्रभु जी आए थे, जिस तरीके से हमने एग्जाम्पल में देखा कि भगवान राम थे, जब जटायु को अंतिम संस्कार दिया, इवन दो वो अपने पिताजी को नहीं दे पाए थे, तो खुद भगवान का हो पाना अंतकाल में एक आशीर्वाद है। इसी वजह से ऐसा कहते हैं कि महाभारत के अंदर सिर्फ पांडवों की तरफ की ही आर्मी नहीं, जो कौरवों की तरफ की आर्मी थी, वो क्योंकि भगवान को देख रहे थे हर समय, तो कई आचार्य टिप्पणी में ऐसा कहते हैं कि वो ज्यादा भाग्यशाली थे, क्योंकि वो भगवान की तरफ आ रहे थे, भगवान को देख रहे थे, और जो भगवान के ही हाथों मरे। तो महाभारत में तो ऐसा नहीं हुआ, लेकिन उससे पहले हम शिशुपाल दत्तवंत की बात करते हैं, तो क्योंकि डायरेक्टली भगवान ने ही उनको मुक्ति दी एंड में, तो उनका फिर दोबारा जन्म नहीं हुआ। मंत्रा 18 के अंदर जो हमने अभी तक देखा, हाउ ऑब्स्टिकल्स ऑन द स्पिरिचुअल पाथ ओरिजिनेट, achieving perfection. So again, perfection is cleaning the consciousness. Chapter 16, 26 Brahminical qualities, they will gradually, automatically as a byproduct develop in us when we will gradually take part in the spiritual devotional service. The obstacles will slowly, gradually either move away, or we will get enough strength to go overcome them. भगवान की भक्ति में लगे रहने से या तो हमें बाधाएं, ऑब्स्टिकल्स आएंगी ही नहीं, और अगर आएंगी तो वो बाधाओं का हमें पता ही नहीं लगेगा। इसमें माता जी, नित्य सेवनी माता जी एक बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल देती हैं। और भी कुछ भक्तों से सुना है, जैसे कि अगर हम रोड पे ड्राइव कर रहे हैं, रेड लाइट होती है, हमें रुकना पड़ता है, लेकिन जब हम प्लेन में जाते हैं और नीचे रेड लाइट हो रही है तो प्लेन को रुकने की जरूरत नहीं होती। तो कहते हैं भक्त की, जो भक्त ट्रांसेंडेंट करते हैं सेंसेस से, तो वो जो सेंसेस के अंदर की बाधाएं हैं वो उनको रोकती नहीं है, वो आती हैं, नीचे रेड लाइट होगी, लेकिन प्लेन को रुकने की जरूरत नहीं है। तो ऐसे ही भक्त के जीवन में भी बाधाएं आएंगी, लेकिन वो बाधाएं रोक नहीं पाती भक्त को, क्योंकि भगवान की ही भक्ति में भक्त लगा रहता है। बट माइंडेड, ये होता ग्रेजुअल है, और ये स्लो प्रोसेस है। Slow process, even though Prabhupada ji said that Krishna consciousness is very simple, but the trouble is we have made our life very complicated. So the reason it's slow, because we have so much anarthas in our life, the burden of the past karmas, and even currently the impure mind. So सिंपल है बहुत भगवान का। जैसे वही हमारे पुराणों में ऐसा है कि भगवान का एक नाम, और खुद मैंने ये शुरू में कई बार पूछा महाराज जी से, हमारे शिक्षा गुरु से, कि शास्त्रों में लिखा है कि सिर्फ एक बार अगर भगवान का नाम ले लें तो वो इनफ है, लेकिन हम तो कई बार लेते हैं, 16-16 माला करते हैं, कितने सालों से कर रहे हैं, फिर भी मन शुद्ध नहीं हो रहा। तो कंडीशन ये है भगवान का नाम एक बार, पर शुद्ध मन से। प्यूरिफाइड माइंड इज अ prerequisite. However, if we engage ourselves in devotional service, gradually the mind will purify itself. तो प्यूरिफाइड माइंड अगर आपके पास में है, वो डेफिनेटली हेल्प करेगा। लेकिन अगर प्यूरिफाइड माइंड नहीं है, आपका चित्त शुद्ध नहीं भी है, तब भी अगर आप भक्ति में लगेंगे, तो भक्ति में जो कार्य करेंगे, भक्तों की सेवा करेंगे, उससे मन, चित्त अपने आप धीरे धीरे शांत होगा और शुद्ध होगा। प्रोसेस ग्रेजुअल है, धीरे 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 धीरे, क्योंकि हमने अपनी मलिनताएं खुद बना रखी है। उसके बाद जो भगवान ओमनीपोटेंट है, भगवान कण कण में है, भगवान परमात्मा के रूप में लिविंग में ही नहीं, नॉन लिविंग में भी है, भगवान ही चैत्य गुरु के रूप में हमारे अंदर रहते हैं और हमको गाइड करते हैं। Being omnipotent, Lord stays everywhere. If we will able to listen when God in Lord in the form of Chaitya Guru is always guiding us. When we say it's our gut feeling we should do this, or when we are about to do something bad, we always get that nagging feeling I should not do it. A lot and a lot of times criminals, they have come in, they have confessed that I had the feeling what I'm doing is wrong, but I could not control on my senses. It's very, very simple. Very simple. So we should, if we can, we should always think of the omnipotent Lord, which is always there. I remember when I was taking driving lessons, my instructor used to say that listen to the car, listen to the engine. The engine, the car will give you the indications. And I say, how? And he said, the engine voice will change. And those who drive among us, they would know very well. When we drive, if we are in the wrong gear, of course, we are getting automated and all electric these days, but if we have the manual car, if we are in the wrong gear, whether we are going up or down, then we can realize that the car, if the car is struggling, of course, the car will start moving, shaking. But if even if we are in the wrong gear, car, the engine will make some noise. What he said, the car will always make noise, the engine will always make noise. You need to be expert enough to understand that noise. That, of course, these days we also have the indicators and they can tell us that whether we need to go up by the gear or go lower by the gear. But when we are new, we don't know about it. And if the indicators are not there, by the voice, we can see that. Similarly, we should able to develop ourselves so we can hear the voice of Chaitya. It's like there is so the whole Mahabharat happened. Duryodhan was there. Duryodhan's father, some Acharya said that it wasn't Duryodhan, he was a child. His father, he should be wise enough to raise his child in like what Kunti did for Pandavas, Pandu's children. Similarly, Dhritarashtra's responsibility that he should have done it. But Dhritarashtra couldn't do it. But Dhritarashtra's son did bad. Then Dhritarashtra has the second brother as Pandu, but Dhritarashtra also had the third brother who was the we call it Dasi Putra, the servant of the maid, and that was Vidur. Right? Vidur was very wise, and Vidur was always there until end. Just before Mahabharat battle was about to start, when Duryodhan asked Vidur to leave and Dhritarashtra didn't stop, that was the time then Vidura left for the pilgrimage. So there were only three people who didn't take part in Mahabharata. Vidura was one of them. The reason he went for the pilgrimage, but he was always there until end with Dhritarashtra giving him the good advice. The downside was that the love and affection towards his son was so much that he could not hear that advice. Similarly, we have so much attachment with our body, with the all the statuses we get with that body, with the material sense gratification. We are so attached that the Krishna in the form of Chaitya Guru is always guiding us. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, they're always giving us the instructions, but we are unable to listen. Similarly, the Dhritarashtra could not listen the wise advices given by Vidura. We are unable to listen to the Chaitya Guru. What do we need to do? We just need to get unattached, detach from all the material, slowly, gradually, and practice to hear Chaitya Guru. But of course, in form of Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, they all guide us, and slowly, gradually, we develop it. We have seen this. I hope you would remember. Some of you, I think, missed the last sessions. We have covered this. We are kind of doing this mantra 18 is the essence, and in this, both well, all the presentations you will see, whether by Radhesham Prabhuji or Chaitanya Charan Prabhuji, they have all summarized. Srila Prabhupada also in one paragraph summarized. For example, if you see the paragraph 8, it stages from Sarvanam Kirtan. There's a beautiful verse in Bhagavatam. Sarvanam Kirtanento Mam. And well, there are a few more, but to pure devotion. I think we have done it before, but I will find out all the stages of pure bhakti are there. This is what we call Nav Vidya Bhakti, given by Prahlad Maharaj Ji at the age of 5, 6 years old. Beautiful. And this is what Prabhupada Ji gave in the end. Then what should we do? Having all the wisdom of this Sri Ishopanishad, what should we do? What he advised us to do? Engage ourselves in devotional service. If somebody will say, I need to do one thing, what should I do? Take the name of Hare Krishna, right? Chant. But the problem with that is that when we chant, we struggle. Chanting is so easy, but we struggle. Either we will not get the taste of it, we will not get the time for it. When we are chanting, we are not fully focused, we are doing something else. I give this task to the kids. Can you just sit one place, close your eyes and chant? But they struggle. They will start moving, something else will come up, which wasn't important at all before they sat down. But as soon as they will sit down for chanting, immediately it will become eminent and they will come back. But Prabhupada ji said it, struggle, like what we were just looking here, struggle and get defeated. So the first thing is helpless defeat. This is against anartha, this is against Maya. We we are unable to fight and we get defeated. Second, we struggle, but we still get defeated. Third, now we struggle and we get the success. But the last one, we don't even have to struggle. We have developed that capability. We are great now. This is what we're doing here. That now, if we will see, we are going to struggle. We struggle in chanting, but with the help of Navvidya Bhakti, 9 forms of devotional services, we will this will help us to struggle, and we will hopefully one day we got success and we can see the taste of success. तो हम और आगे चलेंगे इस मंत्र के अंदर और हम पूरा श्री ईशोपनिषद को समराइज कर रहे हैं, पूरा जिस ले रहे हैं। अभी तक हमने जो भी डिस्कस किया उसके अंदर कोई प्रश्न? ओके, चलिए। तो हम यहाँ से और थोड़ा सा आगे देखेंगे। कुछ हमारे पास में स्लाइड्स हैं। हमारे पास में राधे श्याम प्रभु जी की कुछ स्लाइड्स हैं जो कि फ्लो चार्ट के अंदर, अगर आपको याद हो, जो अभी हमने मंत्रा 18 की नहीं करी है तो हम वो करेंगे। कुछ और प्रश्न हो तो आप बताइएगा, अदरवाइज हम श्री ईशोपनिषद की होपफुली बहुत जल्द समाप्ति करेंगे। इसके बाद में हम, अगर प्रभु की कृपा रही, हम रूप गोस्वामी जी के द्वारा रचित एक ग्रंथ है, इंस्ट्रक्शन, नेक्टर ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन, NOI, नेक्टर ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन, उपदेशामृत, ये संस्कृत में, ये रूप गोस्वामी जी ने ग्रंथ लिखा है। जब शिला प्रभुपाद जी ने भक्ति शास्त्री कोर्स बनाया भक्तों के लिए, कि सभी भक्तों को, जैसे हम बात कर रहे थे कि हम गणेश जी की पूजा करते हैं, हमें ये नहीं मालूम हम क्यों करते हैं। थैंक्स टू अजय प्रभु जी ने हमको इनलाइटन किया कि हमारे साथ में विजडम शेयर करी, हम क्यों करते हैं, कैसे करते हैं और हमें करनी चाहिए। हमको शिला प्रभुपाद जी ने कहा कि पढ़ना जरूरी है, कोई भी चीज करें उसे समझना जरूरी है। सो भक्ति शास्त्री कोर्स एक डेवलप किया जिसके अंदर भगवत गीता एंड श्री ईशोपनिषद और रूप गोस्वामी जी के, तो एक भगवत गीता को हम भगवत गीता श्रुति में और स्मृति में, दोनों में आती है। जो वैदिक विजडम है वो श्रुति एंड स्मृति दो में बटी है। भगवत गीता ऐसी है जो दोनों में आती है, क्योंकि किसी ने महाभारत का पाठ है तो वेद व्यास जी ने कहा, गणेश जी ने लिखा और वो सुन के लिखा, लेकिन क्योंकि वो खुद भगवान ने कहा था तो इसलिए वो डायरेक्ट भगवान से है, और उसमें हमारे डायरेक्ट इंस्ट्रक्शंस हैं। भगवान ने 700 वर्सेस के अंदर शब्द शेयर किया है। लेकिन श्री ईशोपनिषद एक पुराण जो प्रभुपाद जी ने सेलेक्ट किया, उसके बाद में दो ग्रंथ रूप गोस्वामी जी, जो कि शरण गोस्वामी जिन्होंने वृंदावन को दोबारा से बसाया, वहां पे टेम्पल की स्थापना करी, उनमें लीडर माने जाते हैं रूप गोस्वामी जी। उनके द्वारा रचित दो ग्रंथ हैं ये। चार ग्रंथ, भगवद गीता, श्री ईशोपनिषद, नेक्टर ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन, नेक्टर ऑफ डिवोशन, इन चारों को मिला के भक्ति शास्त्री कोर्स, जो आज भी अगर आप हरे कृष्णा मूवमेंट इस्कॉन में कहीं पे भी करेंगे, ये चार बुक आपको अध्ययन करते हैं, स्टडी करते हैं, डिस्कस करते हैं, पढ़ते हैं। तो चलिए, आज का समय यहीं पे समाप्त हुआ। सो सॉरी, कपल ऑफ मिनट्स एक्स्ट्रा। Thank you so much for everyone's presence. I hope you found the session useful, fruitful, motivated, inspiring enough to engage yourself in devotional service. Look forward for your association next week as well. Come up with a lot of realization and questions, and we'll look forward to discuss that further. With that, Hare Krishna.
कृष्ण
Radhe Ji.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
pranam. Hare Krishna.
हरे
Gurudev
कृष्ण
Maharaj. Jai Jai Shri
हरे
Radhe.
कृष्ण
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna.
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna.
हरे बोल
Hare Hare Hare